In 2024, and as we speak, about 100,000, which is 1 lakh people, have been fired in this year in India alone across IT enabled services, and similar services. This number could be much more because not everything is reported. This could be much lesser also because sometimes media does exaggerate these numbers, but you get the point. A lot of people are being fired, whether it is because of the threat of AI or something else, or general industry not doing well, or IT services struggling, or other similar industries not doing very well, and so on. When it happens to you, when you are the one being fired, all these reasons don't make any sense. They are complete nonsense to you. I hope you are with me. I could be next, you could be next, your friend could be next, your family members could be next. In this video, I will share with you 5 signals that you get well before you are actually fired. So if you are working in large corporations, or particularly in the IT and ITS sector or similar sectors, then you should be very, very clear about these 5 signals. So what are these 5 signals? Signal number 1, reduced workload. Your manager will start taking away work from you and giving it to others and sharing it across the team and so on. It will initially start slowly, but if you are not alert, it will start spreading, and very soon your work will be given away to others. This is of course because your manager is now adjusting to a life after you, because they are planning that you will not be on the team in some weeks or months time. So this is preparation. So be very, very alert when your work is being taken away and given to others. Signal number 2, limited communication. So you are called to meetings but not given a chance to speak. When you do speak, nobody is listening to you, or your manager doesn't take notice. Your points are not considered. Even on email, you are ignored. Sometimes people leave you deliberately out of the CC or email list and make it look like a mistake, but it is actually not a mistake if it is done on a consistent basis. You are being left out of communication. This is usually again a signal that your manager is preparing for a life without you. Please don't miss this. Don't think that, oh, this means lesser work and you could do with some rest and so on. This is a very dangerous sign, and many people miss this, and when they realize, it is way too late. Signal number 3, smaller team and budget. Your people are now being taken away. Your budget is being taken away. What was promised during the beginning of the year is not happening. Your team members are being spread across other teams, and of course your budget goes away. Maybe you had a travel coming up which is now being declined. Maybe you had to go for a training course which is now being withdrawn, and so on. All these are signals that again your manager and your organization does not want to spend money on you, and therefore is planning a life without you. Some people I know have taken these signals, oh, I can get some rest. But this is not rest, this is nudge towards the exit door. Signal number 4, bypassing. So your manager will start bypassing you and going directly to your team members. Now, in a large corporation, this is not unusual because it happens sometimes that your manager will go directly to your team member for a particular solution. But if it starts happening way too often, without your information, without keeping you informed, without keeping you in the loop, then there is a very sharp signal that you are not important in that game. Your manager does not think keeping you in the loop will add any value, and therefore is going directly to your team member who might do a better job. It could also be because some of the recent tasks that were given to you, you did not perform very well on those tasks. So you actually did a very poor job. Why would your manager then come to you? Now this is another signal that A, you did a poor job recently, and B, now your manager has lost trust in you. Very, very important signal. What happens after your manager loses trust? Invariably, you are fired. Right? So don't be in that situation. Notice these signals and act on them. Signal number 5, appraisal and feedback. So try and look at your past appraisals. What were the comments shared? If the comments were very specific about your shortcomings, those shortcomings you have not been working on, you have not improved on those shortcomings, your manager has very, very solid ground to say that I gave this feedback, but this person is not improving, hence show the door. All this does not happen overnight. It is not a surprise, except in some cases where sudden cost reduction is required, or one service line is being closed, or one production line is being closed, or some customer runway is there. Except in those situations where the rest of the firings, the rest of the exits are not meant to be a surprise. You should be knowing it in advance. So these are 5 signals that I thought I will share with you. I have seen people getting some of these signals. I have in my career been very vigilant about some of these signals, and I was able to repair and resurrect and save my career. And now that I coach some individuals, I try and do the same. If you also want some coaching sessions with me, you can book my time on TopMate. I will leave a link in the comments below. Okay, now that you have noticed these signals, what can you do? It is not enough to just notice these signals and not do anything about it, right? So what can you do? First and foremost, be very vigilant, right? So understand these signals. Usually once you know what is happening all around you, the 5 signals that I spoke about, you will have a solution of repairing the situation. So what I most often see amongst at least the people I speak to is that once they figure out that it is not working out very well, they are able to repair the situation. The second thing you can do is to own up and correct your mistakes. I did speak about earlier that some of these signals that you are getting are because you have goofed up on some recent tasks. If you made mistakes, own up on those mistakes. Keep your ego aside, own up on those mistakes, speak to your manager and say that, yeah, boss, I made a mistake. I am willing to make repairs. I will correct this situation. Please give me another chance. And hopefully, if the things have not gone too far, your manager will actually start keeping you in the loop again. This is extremely important. Don't wait for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th mistake. Act as early as possible. Point number 3. Help your manager win. This for me is the most important thing. If you are helping your manager win the battles that he or she is fighting, they will never want you out of their team. They will want you in their team, in their winning team. Right? So do whatever you can to help your manager win in the situation that he or she is in. Point number 4, mend relationships. Many times people get fired because they have very acrimonious, very difficult relationships across the organization. They are fighting with everybody. They can't get along with anyone and so on. That is not a very good sign. And if you're always in a fight with everyone around you, there is a problem with you. Right? So you will have to mend those relationships. Everybody else will not be fired. You will be. So I keep reminding people that if there are a lot of complaints about you and your behavior in general, then it might mean that there is a problem that you need to solve. There is something about you that you have not considered. There is something about you that you can repair. And usually this is about relationships. So I keep reminding people that please take some time, speak to your key stakeholders, speak to your manager, understand, get some feedback, understand where you could be going wrong and mend those relationships, repair those relationships. Don't leave it for too late. Point number 5, most important, get ready. So get financially ready, get emotionally ready for when you could be fired. Gone are the days when firing was a stigma. Today, a lot of companies are downsizing, reducing their workforce, XYZ. So as a result, people will be out of their jobs sometime or the other in their career. If you are mentally prepared for it, it will hurt less. It always hurts, but it will hurt less. If you're financially prepared for it, it will hurt even lesser because now you're not under pressure from day one to find another job which will pay your EMIs, pay your loans back and so on. If possible, curtail your lifestyle expenses so much so that you have a good runway. Many financial experts suggest that these days you should at least have 1 year of financial runway, or also called emergency fund, so that if you lose your job, you lose your livelihood, you can at least survive very well with same or similar lifestyle for another year or so. Right. So these are my 5 suggestions for what you can do if you think you might be in the list for being fired next. Right. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Your appreciation means a lot to me because it will help me make similar videos. And of course, please do watch some of the other videos that I've made in this Career Corner series for you. And I will look forward to your feedback. Till the next video, manage better.